Trapped in a Dating Sim seems like your average, boring isekai show that you've seen a million times already. At least that's looking at it from the outside. Aside from your typical love interest and side characters, it also provides you with a more unique setting as well as a comedic and awesome trashy character to pair it with. When he isn't prepping tea parties, he's on the way to becoming the most hated man in the world. So, should you watch it? Let's get into it. First, the OP for this anime is not a banger, sadly. It's not bad, but I would say it's kind of a typical song you would hear in any other anime. I would say that you can go on and skip it if you like, but at least give it one chance. Now back to the anime. After completing the most important mission to humankind, our protagonist dies and reincarnates into the world of said mission. The world of the atomic game he just beat. It doesn't sound like a bad way to go. I mean, just imagine you're there after beating a game you completely hate and was made to play by your own sister. And then you fall down some stairs. Okay, yeah, never mind that. Unless I guess you have no life? Anyways, as Leon in this world, he realizes women have more power and that he's from an unknown family that is not in the actual game. He also regains his memory around the age of 10 and uses the knowledge as a sort of cheat to help him around. It was only when he was about to get married to this gorgeous young woman, I'm just kidding by the way, that he went on to search one of the most broken items in the game, known as Luxion. He then enrolled in the game's academy using all the loot he obtained while out with Luxion. It is here that his dream of just being a background character gets completely annihilated. After trying to avoid the characters of the game in this hell, he begins helping Olivia, otherwise the main character known as the Saint. Unfortunately, this sets up a spiral of events that completely changes the world from his playthrough. Not sure how as a gamer, he forgets all the choices have consequences. While these events happen, there happens to be an unknown girl who is also changing the world. Instead of the fine main love interest going for Olivia, they go for this random girl that was not in the game. Think of them as the same as a classic harem anime, except that here, they're men. Even though his original goal was to remain in the background, every decision he makes just makes him shine even more and be known to everybody at the academy. He even starts to gain recognition by the Empire, which only makes his life even harder. And let me talk about this academy. It's supposed to be where every man gets to meet girls and marry one before graduating. But it's way far from that dream. Not only are all the women in this world the worst in terms of expectations or attitude, but if your rank is less than theirs, you can basically say goodbye to any respect or dignity you might have had. As a man, you are supposed to offer tea parties to make yourself stand out, but if no one shows up, it's basically worse than being ghosted in our world. We don't see this part quite often, but it always reminds you just how rough the world would be for Leon if he had not cheated. I won't spoil more of the show, but the last thing I want to talk about is Leon himself. Yes, he might know most of the game, but he isn't completely overpowered. Unlike typical isekais, he isn't powerful, have any completely broken abilities, or is even a genius, but rather his item, Luxion, is what makes him completely overpowered. The only actual power he has is knowing the main route of the game, but that's it. Plenty of things that didn't come up show up inside this world, and even his family was unknown to him in the game. Even Mary was not part of the game when he played it. There's plenty of other events that happen, but it isn't always the easiest and most straightforward, which I quite enjoyed. He also stems away from the path of the typical MC. He's mostly looked at as an asshole, a scumbag, someone that bribes people. Well, basically any negative word that you might know is basically said about him and given to him. And due to this, he is also one of the most hated men in the academy. This combined with his cocky attitude makes for a great formula within the anime, and I also enjoy this part quite a lot. Overall, if you missed the show, I would definitely recommend for you to watch it as well as pick up the manga if you have any time. A second season has already been confirmed, so you wouldn't want to miss out before it comes out sometime next year, probably. Thanks for watching.